And we're back. So today's video is going to be a little bit more geeking out. We're going to do some benchmark testing of the current gaming PC build, just so I can get a baseline of what performance I was getting out of it. One of the huge concerns I have with upgrading any of the components is that I'm not going to get the value out of them that I expect for how much I pay. So today I'm going to do some testing with user benchmark, and we're going to play a game like Fortnite. We're going to see what my frame rate is, and I'm going to watch my resource consumption just to see what I am getting for performance out of this. And then once we get that baseline, we'll start picking new components, and when they get here, we'll run the exact same test to see what actually we get for increases.
Now, the first thing that I did to get an idea of my baseline performance was run a user benchmark test from userbenchmark.com. If you're not familiar with this site, it's a great way of just seeing how your PC is performing. As you can see, mine is not doing great. It's kind of what I expected. It's why I'm doing these upgrades, right? It's not great for gaming. It's great as a desktop, not great as a workstation. Overall, it's performing below expectations. It's ranking 40th percentile. And as a reminder, it's a Gigabyte B250 FinTech motherboard running an Intel i5-7600K. One of the things I was surprised by was that my boot drive, being an SSD, was still performing below expectations. That might be something that I decide to try and address here with any extra funds. I might try just re-imaging it and seeing if that helps first. But overall, nothing surprising here. Outdated components, performing in an okay fashion. So we'll just browse through the user benchmark results real quick, and then we'll move on to the next test. We're going to take a quick look at my settings here in Fortnite before we jump into a match, just so you can see what I have everything set with. I use the auto set quality option because I don't need to mess with any of that stuff. I know my build is low and I don't expect a whole lot out of it. So I have it capped at 60 frames per second. It won't go any higher than that because, again, I'm dealing with outdated components. I know it can't handle more than that. I'm happy if I can get that 60 FPS. So for the most part, everything is set to a medium. Again, I could probably get better performance out of it if I set to low, but what fun is it to have things set to low? Goal for the new build, I suppose, it would be to have it at high and run 60 FPS, if not more. But we'll obviously see what happens when we start picking those components. We'll jump into a match here, and you can start seeing what resource consumption is like. We'll see what CPU is doing. We'll check the graphics. Memory, I don't expect to move around a whole lot, but we can see what that's doing. So let's jump right in. The second test that we're going to run is by just playing a quick game of Fortnite. It's the game that I probably played the most on this PC, so there's no better way to test its performance than to play what I normally play. As you can see, we quickly see that we have a CPU problem. Consumption's already at 100%. GPU usage is at anywhere between 40 and 70%. Memory usage is hanging right around 12 gigs. So we have some resource consumption problems, and that's mainly what I'm looking to address. I know my biggest bottleneck right now is probably going to be my CPU. So addressing that should make significant performance increases for me, and I'm hopeful that it does, but the best way to do that is to measure it. So we're going to play a quick game. We're going to watch our resource usage, and we'll see what happens.
see why I want to upgrade this PC so much. It performs terribly when playing the game that I like to play the most. In the next video, I'm going to be doing some research on CPU options and motherboard combos for under $200. If you want to follow along, subscribe to the channel.